try to make a better life for myself. Here in Rochester, there's not too much to do, a lot of trouble to find. I didn't want to find that, and I wasn't mature enough for college. I'll say that. I didn't think that college was right for me at the time, and I just didn't want to stay at home and do nothing. Received a Purple Heart for combat injury. Sniper shot me in my leg, slowly losing energy. The next day, my best friend died. Laying in Germany, got the call and died inside.
When I got out, when I finally got out of the military, I expected a job. I expected to come home and, be accepted with open arms, my family and my friends.
I was 19 when I went to Iraq. At the time, it was the quickest way out of the house. As a Cavalry Scout, we usually go ahead of everybody else. First ones in, first one to come into contact, first ones to try to engage the enemy if we can. We knew what was expected. We trained up hard for it. I still remember the day. It was June 17th, and I was at a college, and we were pulling security, and there was a tension in the air. It felt like something was gonna happen, and all you could do was hope it didn't happen to you. I heard this loud crack, and it was me getting shot, and I fell to the ground, and I woke up on my back, and I had 2 holes in my leg. And I thought, I can't go home like this. They cut my pant leg open, and I looked down, and I just seen blood just gushing out, gushing out, gushing out. I didn't panic, but I thought, someone needs to do something real quick. I may not make it home to my family. We finally got to the main hospital in Baghdad, and I blacked out. And next thing you know, I woke up. I didn't know what day it was. Didn't know where I was at. And I had 4 rods sticking out of my left leg. It happened so quick, and it was such a shock, just to be 20 years old, and I thought I should have been in the street somewhere playing basketball or football or something like that, but I was a casualty of a war. The extent of my injuries, I lay there, and all I could do was, look at my legs and just hope that they'll be able to keep both of them at the time. Every day for about a week, I heard another reason why I'm supposed to be dead, another reason why I shouldn't have my leg. Nobody, it seems like at the time, nobody had a reason for me to be alive. I wasn't able to walk for a total of 8 months. It was mental as well as physical. I had to trust myself to walk again, because every time I put pressure on my left leg, I had a flashback of my leg being mangled when I was in Iraq, and I thought if I put any pressure on it that it would break again to be in that same position. And the physical therapist, they kept telling me, you have a titanium rod in your leg, it's not gonna break, but it was so hard mentally just to be able to put pressure on it. I was probably well past the point where I could put pressure on it before I actually did. It's the summer of 2007. I'm still in Evans Army Community Hospital. I had my last surgery. The wound vac is off my leg. I still have blood clots in both my legs. August rolls around and I'm discharged. After spending 4 years in the Army and the recovery I made from my injury, I expect to come home and it would be like I never left. Friends will still be there, family will still be the same. I have a good job lined up, but it wasn't that way at all. I filed for Social Security a few times in Colorado and I got denied. Their reason being was I wasn't disabled enough to meet their standards. I don't know what their standards were. I got denied unemployment because they took my Army records and they said, well, you're considered disabled, and since you're disabled, you can't look for a job. I had a federal resume made up. I had a regular resume made up. I went to all these different websites, trying to get jobs. Nothing. What about, me overcoming the injury? You can't put that on a piece of paper. You can't put, the sacrifice I made, the sacrifice my friends made, all the sacrifice and hard work that I did in Iraq, that really killed me because, everything that I did, it meant the world to me, and I'm sure it meant the world to any other soldier out there. And came back and just didn't get anything at all, from the same,
country that I fought to protect. I felt betrayed. I felt used. It ain't another way to say it. I felt used up. Like, I got shot and I made this big recovery, and you know, I got back in the civilian world and they just turned their back on me, and you know, I didn't have nowhere to go, nothing to do, nowhere to live at, you know, nowhere to turn, and I was reaching out to all these different people, and I wasn't getting no response from anybody. It was like, who cares, you know? I feel like these soldiers dying for nothing, you know? Like, you come back and you come back and you're a big war hero for about 2 weeks, and then they say, well, thank you for your time. Here's a little, you know, disability check, and, you know, maybe your son or your daughter can join. You know, you did your part. We don't need you anymore. But I was so hurt and just, you know, felt like they turned their back on me, you know.
Honestly, I just want a regular 23-year-old life. I want my life back.